Well, hey there, hi there, and hello, my fellow entrepreneurs from around the world. How are you doing in amongst these confusing times? I usually say very fine day, but that just doesn't feel right anymore. Hopefully, if you're here, it's because you are finding a way forward in amongst the confusion. And I think that what I'm talking about today, which is sales pages and helping you to create one and make a better one, this will help you through the confusion as well, because we still need to find our way forward. Today I'm talking about 15 things, these 15 questions that I run through to make sure that I cover everything that I need to in a sales page, right? This is stuff that I've been doing for 9 years in online marketing for myself, my own businesses, and for clients as well. It's what I run through when I do consulting. We go through these questions, make sure these things are covered. I also find this really useful when you have a blank page. You know you've got something to sell, but you have a blank page and you're just sitting there going, oh my God, what am I going to say? How am I going to make them buy it? How can I get them to see the value in this? That some of that stuff, especially if this kind of thing doesn't come to you naturally, this question answer format I find really helps you to just break through that and to help you create an emotional connection. Okay, this is what most sales pages are missing, an emotional connection. People buy based on emotion and justify it with logic afterwards, and that is just really, really important, and that's what I see is usually missing. People can explain, here's what I have to offer, but they're not doing it in a way that creates that connection where people go, oh, this is for me, or things like that. And then they have to buy it because not only is it for them, but it solves a problem in a way they want it solved. So this is what we're going to be going through. If you've done my 15 questions, it wasn't 15, it was 10 questions for opt-ins. This is a very similar process, but we just go a little bit deeper because we're making an offer to people. An offer that requires money, not necessarily just a email address. So the first thing on the docket of the 15 things that you need to cover off is, what are the fears and worries of your ideal client? Okay, what's keeping them up at night? Especially around, like, you have a package or something that is the solution to their problem. What are the things that are keeping them up at night? What are the thoughts they're having? What are the thoughts they're having that they're too scared to even vocalize to anybody? The what if I'm going to fail, some of that sort of stuff, okay? What if I'm not good enough, some of that stuff. And then some of the external things, like what if I can't make my rent, or what if I can't pay my bills this month? Things that are a little external to them, but they're keeping them up at night, okay? What are those worries? Just list some of those down. Paint a picture of what they're worried about. What are their thoughts? What are their feelings? What does it look like, okay? You might not use all of this when you're writing the sales page, but it really helps you to get into the mind of your ideal client. If you have some kind of document where you already have this laid out, copy and paste it in, but this is your reference because this is where you need to start when it comes to the sales page, okay? You need to connect to show people that you understand their problem, you can get into their head. It's like reading their minds. So the second thing that you need to then, question number 2 is, what is their dream solution? Okay, what do they think is the solution, right? Often we want to give people what they need, but actually they want something else, okay? An example of this was in a previous life, I was helping people with video coaching, okay? I was helping other introverts with video coaching, and I was leading with the idea of video bravery. And people were interested in the idea, but the thing is, what they wanted was more sales. Video wasn't necessarily the problem that they wanted to solve, okay, for a lot of the people who I was attracting in my current format. So I, have pivoted a couple of times into content marketing and now client attraction, all part of the same kind of thing. It's just now I am talking to people and giving them what they want, which is more clients, okay? And then we can work out the how and the different things later. Okay, so those are some examples about not what you know they need, but what they want. Okay, what do they think is the solution? And if you don't know the answers to these questions, go into some groups, start talking to people, ask, find out. Okay, so how does your offer, your product solution, solve their problem? Okay, how does your product, or your package, or however you're putting it together, how does it solve their current problem? Okay, an example of this is my upcoming membership that I'm going to be releasing soon. It's helping people to attract clients, right? And it's helping them to create their own client attraction system that suits their lifestyle, for example. Okay, so this is how it will solve their problem. It's a new training every month, some of that kind of thing. We will get into, there will be a question which is, what exactly are they getting? What are the features of what you're doing? But some of that will come into the, how are we solving their problem? How will their life look at the end? What does your solution look like? Okay, so here's outline. If it's a course, what are the modules? If it's a membership, what are they going to get every month? Really just, what are the features? That's question 4. And then in question 5, we look at those features that you outlined, and then we say, okay, how is this going to make their life better? How does each thing that you listed above going to make their life better? Okay, what is the benefit to them? How is this going to make their life better? Okay, so for example, hey, in a course, I have this module on Facebook advertising so that you will be able to quickly promote your products without making the usual beginner mistakes. Okay, so you're seeing the benefits. People can immediately see, oh, right, okay, that's how that's going to work. I know you think it should be obvious, but we need to paint the picture for people, and that's what you need to be doing through your sales page. Okay, question 6, what will their life look like after they work with you? Really paint the picture here. Okay, you probably will have touched on it in some of the questions above, but this is just diving that little bit deeper and sort of paint the picture of how they will wake up, how they will go about their life. So for example, in a sales page I was writing just recently for my own upcoming membership, which depending on what happens by the time you see this video might already be out, so you should look for it, right? Okay, but here's the thing. I say that a lot. Here's the thing. This picture that I was painting of, once people work with me in the membership, imagine that you wake up on Monday morning and you can take your time in the morning. You no longer have to rush in order to find the clients, okay? You don't need to get into the groups and get into everything. You can take your time because you know that your system is set up to attract clients to you, and you have a regular amount of people inquiring to work with you when you need it, and it's something that you can turn on and off. So you get to take your time in the morning, okay? If yoga is your thing, you get to do that. If you just want to sit and read a book for 30 minutes, you can do that. If you want to spend time with your kids before school, you can do that. Then when you finally do get round to starting your work day, you get to sit down and because your priorities are clear, you're focusing on the right things, you're doing the right things at the right time because you've had all the training and you know how your client attraction system works, and you get to work on the right things for your business to keep it growing. And then if something comes up during the day, you know how to work and how to change things and how to reschedule things, and you're not stressed about it. You know you can handle things. And this is the picture I'm painting because this is my life right now with my current business, okay? Yes, things are uncertain out in the world, and yet still I have a certain amount of certainty. It's a lot of repetition there, but I do have certainty in my life. I do have things still coming my way. Clients are everywhere and things are working in my favor, okay? And I have that confidence that I don't need to, quick, get into the groups, that kind of thing. So that's just difference for my life. So do you see how I'm really painting a picture there? Question number 7 is, why should they pick you, right? So this is where we're starting to get into a bit more of the about me part of things. And I want to encourage you here, if you have a block standard thing of about me text that you copy in, maybe consider coming at it in a fresh new perspective and sort of just thinking, okay, why should they pick you? Imagine you're sitting down with someone over coffee and you're talking to them about what you're offering, what things would you be saying to them about why they should work for you? So work with you rather, not work for you, work with you. So for example, something that I talk about is I have 9 years experience in online marketing. I have tried a variety of strategies. I love strategy. I'm always researching, trying to find better things to try. And I don't believe in a one size fits all solution, right? So here's some things that set me apart from the rest of everybody else who has online marketing memberships and helping people to grow their business. Also, mine is specifically targeted for attracting clients and growing your business. It's not just really general business. So suddenly we have some things of why people should pick you, okay? And I realize as I'm doing this video, I'm subtly turning this into, I'm talking you through the sales page I wrote yesterday for myself as my example. That's my prerogative, okay? And in my membership, there will be examples of other sales pages I've created, other sales pages from other people, and that kind of thing to help you with this stuff. So if you're looking for more help on sales pages, perhaps my membership is the place for you. So let's dive in, see what other questions we have on the docket. So question 8 on my docket says, what's different about you? And this is what I started to go into with the question above. And this is again where you take another moment to just consider this and maybe even go a little bit deeper about what is different about you in a general sense, your general outlook on life, your general outlook in your industry, what's different about you, okay? So for example, other things about me is that I'm an introvert, okay, which I mention a little bit in my sales page, maybe not as so much, so I might go and fix that up a bit. And I also don't believe in just getting visible, okay? I don't even believe in saying those words. I believe in who can I help today? How can I help more people, all right? And there's a whole range of reasons behind that and something I can go into, but this video is getting longer as I create it. So I hope that that helps you. Question number 9, now we start moving into people's objections, all right? What are their objections to your offer, okay? So these objections can be some of the usual things like, will this work for me? Or this won't work for me because I'm a special case, my business is different, or my situation's different. Some other things could be, I can't afford it right now, okay? And some things like, just trying to think of something that's not as the ones that come to mind. Maybe, you know, if you're dealing in the online world, there will be something to do with technology, okay? So you need to tell people whether or not they need to have a certain level of okayness with computers and software and technology, or whether there'll be help on that stuff. And let me just see, just trying to think. I'm sure if you go into it, you can definitely find some more. When it comes to these objections, and in the next question, we're going to be getting into, right, what kind of case studies do you have? Whether or not they're case studies of people that you have worked with, or whether or not they're case studies from other people, just examples from out in the world of people getting the results following things like what you teach. Those case studies are what you use to help overcome objections, okay? The case studies and the bonuses. And I know I'm jumping into things, but this is how my mind works, and we will get there. They're in the questions, okay? But those case studies can help you. Case studies and testimonials can help you to overcome objections. And they can also show people that there is possibilities out there. And those are the things you don't just have on your sales page, but you start sharing in your pre-launch content. Okay, so question 9 was, what are their objections? Question 10 is, how can you overcome those objections? And I was talking about the case studies. And then question 11 is, do you have testimonials or case studies, and gather them together? So you can sort of see how those 3 questions kind of go together, but we kind of go through them step by step. Then question 12, will there be a payment plan? Totally up to you, but working out your payment structure. When it comes to pricing your products and things like that, just know that the market will let you know. And if you put out a price, you need to stay steady for a while. You know, you're supposed to try things for at least 3 months before you make a change. when it comes to this kind of thing, because you need time to build up. People need to see your stuff. Like, you know, it can be 21 times that they hear about you before they even think about working with you or purchasing from you, okay? So just consider that when it comes to your payment plan. But I'm just anticipating questions around pricing. And I just want to tell you, like, if a guru tells you a number, that's not the right way to go about it, okay? You need to think about, okay, what value does this provide? And then what am I going to charge for it? And then it is trial and error. Put something out there. You won't know completely until the market tells you. So you put something out there, see how people respond. If they're not responding, then we change it. Next question, will you have a guarantee? Question 13, will you have a guarantee? Question 14, what's your story? Okay, why did you create this particular solution? Okay, did something happen to you? Did you go through this yourself? Or did you just notice that this is what you enjoy helping people with? What's your story? What's your why? Why are you here? Okay, how can we get to know you a little bit? Question 15 is, do you have any bonuses? And like I mentioned earlier, those bonuses, they can help you to overcome objections, okay? Especially objections where perhaps you're giving people one solution, but then that leads them to have more questions. How am I going to do that? Okay, so I guess that's why often you might see bonuses that are around the technology or the software, or bonuses that pick apart a particular part. They go in a little bit deeper or something on what's being offered. Okay, and then deciding when those are going to be available, that kind of thing. So this was a fairly long video. I hope that it helped some of you. I hope that it helps all of you, really. But I know that not everybody can maybe handle my quick start, jump about kind of ways, but hopefully I have it logically ordered. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know below, or get in touch with me if you would like to talk more about your sales page. I am going to be running some group brainstorming sessions for sales pages so that you can get your questions answered in a small group environment with me running things. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you, and I hope that this helps. That's it from me. Bye for now.